Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Proline Daily, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America, coming to you direct from Las Vegas. Baseball all over the board tonight. Jim Feist is here. I'm Dave Cokin, and Jim's 3-0 with high-end inner circle releases for you after the Angels pitched a 4-0 shutout yesterday.
Yeah, it's been sweet. It's been a good week. The NBA has now finally moved on to the finals, where we should get some competitive battles, and maybe even 7 games like last year. It's possible. I got a baseball massacre of the month going. It's $25, and I have another inner circle. These are all available at JimFeist.com. That's $25 for the massacre, and the inner circle is $49 at JimFeist.com.
I'm going really well right now myself, which I'm pleased with. The interesting thing is I had 3 games yesterday, and 2 of them got rained out. But the other one was the Pirates, and that was an easy winner. So the good results continue. I've got 3 plays tonight. I've got a super total of the week. That's a game of the week selection. That's $25, so you can't beat that. And I just now sent in 2 plays for this evening, and those will be posted shortly at JimFeist.com as well. So, now's a good time to jump in on these games because we're both doing quite well. And, you want to ride a hot hand, make sure to do it at JimFeist.com. So let's look at a baseball game between the Cardinals and Rockies. Both teams are playing good baseball. The Rockies have been a tremendous story. I mean, they're 31-18 on the season, and they've got about as good a road record as you want to find. And interestingly, they haven't been as strong at home, but they're still winning. The Cardinals, they got beat last night by the Dodgers, but, since that terrible start, they've been a good, solid team. And Carlos Martinez is on the mound tonight. Jim, this guy is off about as good a performance as you'd ever want to watch. I mean, 9 innings, 2 hits, no runs. He didn't figure in the decision because it stayed a 0-0 game in extras, but it was a great performance. All the talent is there for Martinez to be one of the better pitchers in the game. Now, I've got to hope he doesn't bounce here, and he's in a tough location because Coors Field is not exactly favorable to pitchers, but I think he's kind of a go-with guy right now. Senzatella is starting to regress a bit. If you look at what's happening, his walk rate is going up, which means that, and this will sometimes happen with young pitchers, the hitters didn't have a book on him. They hadn't seen him before. He's a rookie and really had very little experience at the upper levels. So, I think that he was getting by in that sight unseen formula early, but now hitters are starting to wait on him. His walk rate's going up, and as the walk rate goes up, the other peripherals also start to decline as well. He's 6-1. He's got a great ERA considering he pitches for the Rockies. But I think now's the time to go against him. So I kind of like the Cardinals in this one.
Well, Dave, I also looked at the total in this game. Everybody thinks about Colorado games at home going over, but they haven't been doing that this year. If you get another pitching matchup out of performance out of Martinez, I kind of like this game to go under, and I think that the total opened up 10.5 over the favorite, and it's now 10.5 under the favorite. They're kind of thinking along those lines as well. Under is the play there.
Makes sense to me. Both teams can hit the ball, but certainly you've got one real good pitcher and another pitcher who's, despite the fact that I've said it, I think he's declining or regressing, maybe is the right word. You can't argue with what Senzatella has done so far. Also on the West Coast tonight, you got the Cubs and Dodgers, and the Cubs have hit the road in a 70s style Anchorman theme. You should see the outfits they're wearing. It's Joe Madden having fun like he always does, keeping his team loose. The Cubs are playing their best baseball of the season. They're finally 4 games over 500. But they go into a tough location tonight against a very hot pitcher in Alex Wood. Now, Jake Arrieta, he did pitch very well in his last start. That's got to be encouraging for the Cubs. His overall numbers in the season, some are good, some aren't so good. The walk to strikeout ratio is still excellent. It's like 4-1. But he's been giving up a lot of hits. His road splits are not good. And, man, Alex Wood, holy cow, is this guy pitching some ball. Listen to this stuff. Just going to throw this out. I mean, these are, I don't think he can maintain this, but these rates are extraordinary. Walks to strikeouts 2.7 to 10.9. His hard hit percentage, that's the percentage of baseballs that are put into play that are hard hit, 20.4%, which is unbelievably low. His ground ball to fly ball ratio is 67, almost 68% ground ball, and only 18% fly balls. These are staggering numbers. Now, one of his few bad outings this year was at Wrigley Field against the Cubs. And the Cubs can mash lefties, so maybe it doesn't hold up here, but I don't think Jake Wood's a pitcher you want to go against right now. Let's put it that way.
This should be a heck of a matchup. This is a game of the day, of course. This line opened up 135, Dave. 133 at Pinnacle. It's now up to 143, so there's an awful lot of money that have come in on Wood against Arrieta. The thing is, the Cubs and the Indians were in the World Series. They played 7 games last year. Cubs came back from that 3-1 deficit to win the World Series, and everybody felt that these two teams would come out and just pick up where they left off. Well, that hasn't been the case. Both teams have struggled early, but they're both capable of turning on because the talent is still there. But in this matchup, it sure favors Wood over Arrieta at the current state.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything that was said there. So there's a couple of previews on tonight's games, and I think you got a good idea of where we're looking on those. If you want to and don't forget to go to JimFeist.com and get the plays that we have up. These are strong plays at very reasonable prices and a great chance to win some money tonight. If you want to get free plays every day on a recorded message, you can do that at 888-294-1970.
Yes, and Dave, my plays are up there at JimFeist.com as well. I've got 2 big ones up there, one for $29, the other's at $49. And you want to take advantage of that. And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at JimFeistSports. And plus, you can get a free play by texting GAME, G-A-M-E, to 25827. But don't forget those big plays that are up at the website right now.
And that'll do it for this edition of Proline Daily. We'll take the weekend off. We'll come back on Tuesday. Monday's a holiday, so we're going to take the day off like everybody else. Not from the handicapping, but just from the podcast. So we'll be back on Tuesday. Meanwhile, thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend. For Jim Feist, I'm Dave Cokin. See you later.